Do What's good? It's your boy Fanon. What's that? Black Horseman Promotions. What's good, man? Work, 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 work. Nah, man, this is a break from work, man. This is easy money. I enjoy this. This is just sitting up here talking boxing. Fresh Prezi, what's happening, man? Dana Jones, what's good, my man? How you feeling, Black Ham TV? What's good? We in here, G. That's what's up. Nothing, just about to talk. I checked out a couple videos. The Jimmy J Smooth Network, what's happening? KO Boxing. KO was good. B&B Boxing, what's happening? Got Harry Ferguson in the house. Melvin Jackson, what's up, man? Cool. We got it going, man. We got it going quick. Ariel Aman, what's happening, man? I'm chilling. Ella Fenici said, Wrench Gang, what's good, family? Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button on the way in. That's what's up. Lacey Griffiths, what's going on? He says, safe, Fanon. Hey, what's going out there in the UK, my friend? Cornelius the Don, what's going on? I'm chilling. We got D Rec, the hitman up in here. What's good? Shout out from Dallas, says my man Reg D Gniz. I'm sorry, man, if I mispronounced that. 4-1 for 9, back at work. I'm back at a break, dog. This is fun. The Jimmy J Smooth Network. What's that? Oh, Mikey Espollo. Michael is chicken. Wrench Gang Mafia. What's happening with Cornelius Little John? 13th like. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, that's good, man. E-Dog. Coach Gillespie, weigh-ins tomorrow for my kid, Fanon. Oh, yeah, man. What's up? Congrats. Oh, man, let me know what happens, man. If you can tape it, man, let me see. Hey, if you got a video of it, let me see. I want to see it. JM3 Rock. Yo, Fanon, what's good? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. We got a fight tonight. Now that I was about to lunch on it. We got Ryan Garcia. We got Ryan. Is it Ryan Garcia fighting tonight? Jose Mondragon. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I wanted to talk about this video that I saw from Terence Crawford, or the commentary on Terence Crawford is telling Mikey Garcia that he can get that work if he really wants it. He said, yeah, you saw me running. Yeah, they don't want to show me I was running upside your head. Hey, man, come on. Mikey don't want that heat, man. That would be one of the best fights, though, man. I would love to see that fight. Matter of fact, at 147 pounds, that's the fight I really do want to see. I would love to see Mikey Garcia, Terence Crawford. I think that's a natural fight, man. Gregory Wyatt, Troll Hunting reporting for duty. What's up, sir? Thank you for reporting. Jimmy J Smooth Network, Dectran, Mikey can box, but he don't like other boxers. Oh, okay, that's interesting. What's good, Ty Legacy? Oh, okay. You guys are talking for each other. That would be Mikey's first fight at 147. That makes sense. Oh, what's going on, man? With Mark Pinkerton, Ohio, Ohio. Yeah, man, it would be Mikey Garcia's first fight at that weight class. But hey, man, this is Terence Crawford's first fight at that weight class. If he gets one in, that's only one, dog. No, Coach Gillespie's not. It's not PBC tonight. It is actually ESPN2. It's on ESPN2 tonight. That is that's a Golden Boy card on ESPN. Ty Legacy, Mikey gets stopped. He's not acclimated enough. He gets stopped, non-negotiable. I mean, hey, yeah, I want to see it, dog. I want to see the fight. Since he said that he didn't want to fight him, now you got a dude who might have a belt at that time calling you out, man. And it seems like Bob Arum, because of that funny money over there at ESPN, is trying to make them fights happen. They can put that on that new ESPN2 app. The Jimmy J Smooth Network. Mikey should unify 140. He's going to be up out of there at 147 pounds. Yeah, he should, but he should. But he likes to flirt around. He's talking to talk. I wouldn't have made any mention of it if he wasn't talking to talk. He's talking to talk. He said that he wants Errol Spence Jr. because he thinks that Terence Crawford wouldn't be a fun fight. He'd be running around like a chicken with his head cut off and not wanting to fight with him. So shoot, Terence Crawford said, we can make it happen. And we'll see. We can show everybody what's happening. Mark Bennett, good looking out for 9. I get to listen to some boxing in rush hour traffic out here in LA. Oh man, I can only imagine how bad that is. I know the Chicago traffic and the Dallas traffic and the New Orleans traffic coming from out east is crazy. So I can only imagine what it's like out there in in Los Angeles. Trey Legacy. Michael don't want it. He already said he don't like Crawford style. Same as saying it's hard fight. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I want to see it though. I want to see it. That's exactly why I do want to see it. Fernando Valenzuela says, I like Bud. It's funny how all the 147 pounders are calling everyone out except Spence. Weak move for Bud. No, Bud has called him out, Fernando. Bud said he can get that work. Bud Crawford said he can make that work. He's got a fight coming up, but he said he'd take that fight. He didn't say he has any qualms with taking that fight. And I don't believe Terence Crawford would have any problem getting in the ring with him. The question is whether or not he'll be able to do that, whether or not he'll be able to get top rank to get him in there. What's going on? Yeah, Shawn Benjamin. Hope you well. Looking forward to that combo, that collaboration we talked about. Definitely appreciate your emails today. It was nice talking back and forth with you. We're going to try to make something happen. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, we got 50 people in the house and 20 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. When is Shawn Porter fighting next? I don't know when he's fighting next. Actually, I know he wanted the next fight to be Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman, who knows when Keith Thurman's going to be fighting next? So I don't know. I can't even tell you when Shawn Porter's going to be fighting. I don't know when. Oh, I pronounced it right. That's good, man. Cool. I'm glad I did that. You're Shawn Benjamin. What's up, Chosen 15? Chosen 115. Well, I actually believe this is Bo 1. I actually believe Mikey would do all right for 2 or 3 rounds until the pressure builds. Are you talking about with Terence Crawford or Errol Spence? I think Mikey could get through 2 or 3 rounds with either one of them. You know, I don't think it's just going to be somewhere that he's going to walk up there and dust them. The dude can't. Mikey Garcia does fight pretty well on the back foot. And I can say that because he spent the last 2 fights fighting on the back foot, for the most part on the back foot. Denard Reed, they made Shawn Porter number 2 in the WBC rankings. I saw that. I don't know what that really means, though. I don't know why they would do that, though. Who was his last fight against? Was his last fight against Andre Berto? Beverly Rose, how are you, my lady? Hope all's well with you. Oh, Jimmy J. Smooth said, I want Shawn to get KO'd. Well, I don't know who's going to be able to pull that off, man. I don't know who's going to be knocking out Shawn Porter. I'm not a big fan of Shawn Porter's style, but just knocking him out, I don't see it, man. I don't see it happen for a while because he's just so mugging. He just keeps people backing up. And, man, what's true down Mexican? What's happening? He said, yo, what's going on? We're chilling. Sitting here talking about this Terence Crawford, hopefully talking about Terence Crawford, Mike Garcia. I want to get off that skate move, the skate move going on over there in the UK with Anthony Joshua. Brent Leorna. Rios was like, no. For Danny Garcia. Rios was last for Danny Garcia. Man, who's last for Shawn Porter? Curtis Anderson, what's happening? I'm chilling, just talking a little boxing. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on here this evening, but I definitely wanted to get in some conversation. Definitely didn't feel like doing a full process video for the last one. I'm trying to stay consistent. So I wanted to just get together and have a good conversation with you cats. Showtime. Porter is tough. He's like Maidana. Yeah, he is. That's how you pronounce that. Rajdi says, yeah, Showtime Porter is tough. He's like Maidana. Yeah, he is very awkward, very tough, gets in your face. Man, I like him. I mean, I wasn't caring too much for all kind of flip out that he had over there on Errol Spence about a month ago, but time heals all wounds, and that so I didn't hold on to that nonsense for too long. Heavy hitter, what's good, man? Crispy, man, I just passed up who I was gonna say what's good too. Oh, Crispy Candy, what's happening? Cleveland, Link Hillifield, I want to see Shawn Porter father knocked out. Hey, man, that dude does talk, but it's his job as a manager. He's trying to get manager/promoter, trying to get his son a fight. He's trying to make it hot. I mean, at least he's asking for the fight. He does get a little funny with talking about fighting Errol Spence, but at least he's out there calling out, trying to make fights happen, unlike some other people sitting on their high horse, acting like people can't get in the ring with them. Man, I'm just on that. Sal Gutierrez, Fanon, yo, what's happening? What's happening? King J Ra, sup Fanon, thanks for the stream. It's all good, man. You know, we're gonna chop it up for a little while. We can chop it up for a little while. Let me tell you, hey, let's take a little quick poll. Who you think got Terence Crawford or Mikey Garcia? Or who? It should probably be simpler. Who thinks that Mikey Garcia got a chance to beat Terence Crawford? And how far does Mikey Garcia have a chance to get a belt? I mean, is it likely he has a chance? Clearly, is it likely that he can get a belt at 147 off of any of the current contenders? And if so, who would be the one he'd be most likely to get it against? I have a suspicion that Keith Thurman would fight Mikey Garcia before he fought Errol Spence Jr. or before he fought Terence Crawford. Matter of fact, I kind of think that Keith Thurman might be looking forward to doing a little mini Mayweather and getting in there with Danny Garcia, then Mikey Garcia, hit the Garcias up. For 9, it would be hard for Mikey because if he can't turn Crawford, he's going to get 8 up, up. Only one man can do it, Errol Spence. Okay, cool. I got that. I can appreciate that. Anthony Carter, who do you think Danny Garcia is fighting next? I don't know, man. I would suspect that if it ain't Keith Thurman, it's going to be some soft touch, man. But maybe whoever. I mean, he's the number 1 contender, so maybe they'll. No, I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering who. Dang, who could he fight? I can't tell you who he thinks he's going to fight because he just came off of getting a soft touch. So I think the next one should be a little something on that. He doesn't want Errol. I know who it ain't going to be. It's not going to be Errol Spence. It's not going to be Keith Thurman. Lamont Peterson just got done, and he didn't want a rematch with that. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to call out Amir Khan. And honestly, man, I don't even know. Larry Mellerby, what's happening? Ponytail and ass juice. Ponytail and ass juice. That is a terrible combination right there, my friend. That's a terrible combination. But hey, man. But seriously, man, Keith Thurman looks a lot better, a lot more reasonable than he's a lot more reasonable. He's being a lot less. I mean, he ain't nowhere near what Anthony Joshua's doing. I mean, Anthony Joshua's just last couple statements over the last couple days was just out there. I mean, it was like Keith Thurman was, the king of the prima donnas in boxing just a couple months ago. I mean, and he actually had an excuse for having that elbow injury, but just the way he was talking about, be patient, son, your time will come, son, all that nonsense, people ain't trying to hear it. But then all of a sudden, he just got outdistanced. I mean, it's like in America, I mean, they got some people out there in the UK that might be thinking, I don't know what y'all got going on over there in the UK. But in the United States, dude, Anthony Joshua went from people wanted to see fight Deontay Wilder to somebody that is just like getting dogged. I mean, like relentlessly dogged. And I will participate in that because there's no excuse for saying you're going to free somebody out. That's just terrible. Oh, Fanon, Crawford by unanimous decision, 117-111. Yeah, I could see that. I honestly, I think he could just really try to stop him. But yeah, more than likely, it go to unanimous decision. Jose Mondragon, I think Mikey has a chance to beat Bud, but most likely it won't happen. Oh, fair, okay. Says he has a chance. Yeah, that's kind of what he had a chance, But Fresh Prezi doesn't agree. Fresh Prezi say, hell no, nah. 0 chance, homie. 0 chance. King Raw, I feel Terence Crawford has Garcia's number, and Garcia knows this. Yeah, I'll make the correction for you, King Raw. King J Raw. Yeah. I mean, he said it pretty much. I mean, it's not even he knows it. He said it. He was like, I'm just gonna wind up chasing him around the ring, and he's just gonna make the fight real easy for himself. Like he's supposed to make the fight hard for himself, dog. True down Mexican. He can get one off Paulie Malignaggi if he had a belt. Yeah, he can get that one. He can get the WBA. He could get the WBA regular. I think he could beat Lucas Matisse. I think he could get one of them under. He could get the NABAF belt. I don't know who the NABF champion is or the IBO champion is. He might be able to pull off an IBO, and then people, he gets the IBO of somebody or in WBA regular, and then hey, he's won another title in 5 weight divisions. Never mind that it's a boo-boo belt, but he could do it. But as far as getting that up off of Errol Spence, hey, if he was talking serious, hey, shout out to you for that. That's showing a lot of courage, and that's something else Anthony Joshua needs to take, look up, man. You got little dudes like Mikey Garcia willing to move up, willing to fight dudes much bigger than him, knocking everybody out in the attempt to get the fans what they want to see. And Anthony Joshua won't do it because he doesn't want to allow somebody to be rude to him. I'm not going to fight Deontay Wilder. He might punch me in the face. Oh, dog, it's terrible. All right. Let me see. Oh, good. We got good comments going on in the comment section. That's what's up. Many say Pac is too small for junior welterweight and welter and beat the hell out of most. Don't sleep on Mikey. That's Mark Pinkerton says that. Yeah, but I don't know if Manny Pacquiao was fighting this type of dudes, man. He fought. Who did he beat at welterweight? I should go to Manny Pacquiao's resume and dissect. Let me do that real quick because that's a good point. And we don't need to have the comments because I know it's coming. I took my hand off because I'm not looking at the screen, but I know somebody said something about some juice. All right, let me see a welterweight. Dude had a lot of fights at welterweight. All right, welterweight, Miguel Cotto, right? Joshua Claudy, Antonio Margarito, Shane Mosley, and Juan Manuel Marquez. All right, Juan Manuel Marquez started at 135. Or 130, actually. I think he might have started at 130, but he's a 135-pounder. Shane Mosley was a hell of a welterweight, very good welterweight, but really he's kind of a 135-pounder. Antonio Margarito is most definitely a welterweight, but it really just gotten the brakes beaten off him by Shane Mosley. Joshua Claudy is a real welterweight. Miguel Cotto was a 140-pounder that moved up. So some of these guys, let me see who else at welterweight. Jesse Vargas, yeah, Tim Bradley, Chris Algieri, Tim Bradley, Brandon Rios. Yeah, I don't see Floyd Mayweather being the one dude, right? And Juan Manuel Marquez. I just don't see anybody in here that looks like a Errol Spence Jr. to me. In the size, the strength, like the fighting style. And so Mikey Garcia, I think, might be, because like if you put Mikey Garcia and have Mikey Garcia fight Miguel Cotto, after actually Miguel Cotto had gotten beat up. But that's a good argument, man. But I don't know if he's a Manny Pacquiao, man. That is Manny Pacquiao. That to boot too. That's Manny Pacquiao. Della Fishnet was a beast back in his day. Oh, he was back in 135. He started running right after that. An old Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, but and he brought him down to like 144 pounds, which is crazy. Manny was fighting natural 147. These dudes like Spence can gain 25 pounds in 24 hours and ain't the same. Yeah, he dude's big. Exactly. Bo won. He never tested positive. I'm with that. Exactly. Bowen, I'm actually taking Mikey serious. I got to take him serious too, man. I take him serious. I don't know what he's going to be able to pull off, though. Hey, we got 92 people in the house. Please hit the like button or the dislike button. Either one would be greatly appreciated. We got one person disliking me. How you doing in Taiwan, dude? Life treating you well? He fought Margarito and he was 2 sizes bigger. Yeah, Margarito ain't that good though, and he didn't have those loaded gloves. But still, hey, Manny Pacquiao could fight, man. I don't want to slap him up too bad. Fernando Valenzuela, he fought Margarito. Okay, I said that. Hey, Chris, what's going on, Chris Ray? Hope life's well with you, man. Let me back up. Oh, what are my thoughts on Ryan Garcia? He looks good from what I can see. I can't wait to see. I'm looking forward to tonight. You know, he's still early in his career. He's got fast hands. He's a very confident young man. He's got good size. I mean, he's got good length and he's got good length and athleticism for his weight class. But you know, with guys like that, you got to see a few. You know what I mean? Got to see a few. We'll see what he looks like tonight. Give him, 5, give him 10 more fights. And then, then we can see what's going on. Once he gets around 20 fights, I think he's like at 13. What's he at 12 or 13 fights right now? 12 or 13 fights right now. I'm not quite sure. What is going to be about for him. But hey man, if he keeps his stuff going, we could have some real classic stuff going on here in about 3-4 years, because he'd have, of course, there's Devin Haney. He and Devin Haney went at each other in that amateurs, I think 6 times or 5 times. According to Devin Haney, it was 5 times. According to Ryan Garcia, it was 6 times. But they both agree that the last 2 were won by Devin Haney. So, but those guys, I think they could wind up being around the same. They could wind up being at the same weight class around the same time. They could mature, wind up being able to get in there with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is a couple years older than them. I don't even know if Ryan Garcia has made 20 yet. Has he made 20? I mean, I believe Ryan Garcia is pretty young. He's like Devin Haney. I don't know if those cats have made it to 20 years old yet. Matter of fact, let me just do a quick Ryan Garcia look. But Ryan Garcia is straight cocky. And, I like that in him. He's 13-0, super featherweight, right? So he's at 130 pounds. He's 19 years old. Yeah, so we got 5'10" super featherweight. That's let me see what he's got. 13-0 with 19, 13-0 with 12 KOs. And they're TKOs. He's got actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 TKOs and 1, 2, 3, 4 knockouts. So, yeah, man, it seems like he should have a little bit of a pop. Only one person's gone the distance with him, and that was in his fourth fight, and that was not quite 2 years ago. So when he was like 17 years old. He hasn't, so Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, other cats like that, it's going to be, he's 19. That's going to be what's up. Ryan is 13-0, I do believe. This is what it says here on BoxRec. He's 13-0 with 12 KOs. And I'll count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This will be his 14th fight tonight against Fernando Vargas for the NABF Junior Super Featherweight title tonight on ESPN2. Anyone to know who Kong Buko is? Kong LDBC? I don't know who Kong Buko is. King Buko. Bucho. Nah, I've never heard of King Bucho. Kung Bucho. King. I've never heard of King Bucho. What's good, Prince Akeem? Man, that's the easiest way out, man. Just come on with all that. I mean, get out of here. How in the heck are those cats? Please. I point you to some ones that you know are. Fanon, the Dominant 20. Oh, the Dominant 20 is on? Okay, on ESPN. Dang it. I have to catch that on slide. I'm trying to do this. And also, man, I saw ESPN's list. I saw an ESPN list, though, I got to tell you. They had, as far as some dominant people, they had Roger Federer ahead of Serena Williams. How is that possible? How is it possible to have Serena Williams behind Roger Federer in the most dominant list? They turned pro at the same time. She's been much more dominant than him. She's never had a rival. He's had 2 rivals. He's had a rival, 2 rivals. Dudes that won a bunch of championships the same time he has. She never had a rival. That's crazy. Oh, Brad Pearson says March Madness should be on everyone's TV right now. Hey, yeah, except for mine. I'm a boxing fan, man. I'll catch up. I know KU is doing something. Oh, say ESPN garbage. It's on the mute tonight. Yeah, I can't mess with it, man. I'm a boxing for a little while longer. For a little while longer. What else we at? Where we at? One of your Mark Pinkington, one of your earlier vids, you mentioned Ryan Garcia wasn't ready for Tank, but Floyd won't let that boy near Lomo. Sounds like neither will happen. Well, Mark, let me to the point. That tells you right there. I mean, that three fighter comparison tells you what I think about it. Ryan Garcia is not ready for Gervonta Davis. Ryan Davis has not been in with anybody. He's 19 years old. He's still going through. Ryan Garcia do look like he still got braces on, or if he just got the braces taken out of his mouth. He's a 19-year-old kid. He's not even full grown. He might have reached his full height, but he's not full grown. He's not been in a ring with anybody like Gervonta Davis. And the experience difference between a guy that is, what's Gervonta Davis like, 22, 23 and 0? Let me check to see how many fights he's had. He's probably had at least 10 more fights. I mean, in real fights. Oh, he's 19 and 0. Yeah, he's 19 and 0. And 19 and 0, and he's had 1, 2, 3. This will be his fourth championship fight. He's just not ready for him. Even though he's like 4 inches taller, he's longer, but he's 4 inches younger. Gervonta Davis is tested. Gervonta Davis has power in both of his hands, and it's too early. If you took this fight 3 years out and Ryan Garcia gets his man strength, matures, he's 24 years old, and Gervonta Davis is 28 years old, you don't know what can happen. It might be that Ryan Garcia is too long for him. He's too tall for him. He fought fought that style several times. That would be, so that's a fight for Ryan Garcia that should happen in a few years. If Oscar De La Hoya would put him in there with Gervonta Davis with 13 fights, when he's never been in with anybody that had any championship experience, that dude might wind up getting just blitzed. He should have at least 18 fights, 18, 19 fights, because he's going pro at 18 years old. But you have Gervonta Davis is similarly in the same situation as Vasyl Lomachenko. Vasyl Lomachenko is 30 years old. Vasyl Lomachenko has been in at least 10 championship fights. And he had 300. He wasn't it's not like he wasn't fighting and just started, picked up boxing when he went pro at 25 years old. The dude just has a lot of experience. So if you take Gervonta Davis now and you put him in with Lomachenko, I think Lomachenko would beat him. But if you give Gervonta Davis 5 or 6 championship fights, you give him, 5, 6, 7 more fights over the next 2-3 years. He's now 26, 27, and Vasyl Lomachenko's 33, 34. Then you might see something totally different. So I'm not saying, I don't think that Floyd won't let him near Lomachenko. He's just not going to let him near Lomachenko now, because you understand you do have to develop fighters. You can have a fighter that is an amateur right now. Like if you put Anthony Joshua in the ring with Deontay Wilder when he was 6-0, and Deontay Wilder, or when he was, 7 fights ago, what was 7 fights ago for him? He's going to be 20, so 13-0. And Deontay Wilder was 33 and it was 33-0. Man, Deontay Wilder might have just broke that dude off in a round. Not because of the talent, but because of the experience. And not because of the skill, but because of the experience, So, I mean, that's how I see that. Fanon, he is not fighting enough good competition. Who's not fighting enough good competition? If you're talking about Gervonta Davis not fighting enough good competition, I don't think so. The dude is he won a championship in his 18th fight. And he's defended it 3 times. I mean, he's not thrown in there with the Wolves, but Pedraza's a good fighter. I mean, dude was 22-0. Liam Walsh was 21-0. Francisco Fonseca was 19-0 with a draw. And I know Fonseca was coming out of, where I forget where he was in South America. I don't think if he's Mexican, I can't remember exactly where he's from. But, those are 3 undefeated fighters in a row he beat and knocked out. And that makes sense because when the time he was 19-0, he went for when he was 17-0. Is that right? Yeah, when he's 16-0, he fought for a championship. That's actually kind of early, doing it at 16-0. And then 17-0 was Pedraza, 18-0 was Walsh, 19-0 was Fonseca. That's 3 title defenses. That's 3 championship fights before your 20th fight. I think they're bringing him along pretty well. It's just the question is just, like I'm saying, you don't want to jump out there that early. Oh, Gary Russell Jr. versus Tank Davis. That would be fun to watch, made man. That would be fun. I can't lie. That would be a fun fight to watch. At 130, because I think he's up there. Gary Russell's at 130. That would be a good test for Tank Davis. That would also be a good test for Gary Russell Jr. because if Gary Russell gets hit by that dude a few times, and the hand speed of Gary Russell is something too. Their height difference, I think Gary Russell still might be a little smaller than Tank Davis, but I would love to see that. Oh, anyone checking out the Ryan Garcia undercard? I do not know when I'm going to do that. Clifton Bronson, Fanon, Richard Dwyer made some good points on the thoughts of Mikey going up to 147 and fighting Spence. Mikey already beat good former 147 animals in Bronner and Maidana. I have checked out that video, and I'm just telling you, I got a lot of respect for Dwyer, a lot of respect. But Bronner is not Errol Spence, not even on the same planet as Errol Spence. And Maidana is nowhere near Errol Spence. Maidana is a 147 pounder. Bronner is a 135 pounder. Those are not 147 pounders. The only guy that Maidana fought at 147, if I recall correctly, was Bronner and Floyd Mayweather. And both Bronner and Floyd Mayweather are 135 pounders. I mean, Mikey is a 140 pounder. He's 135, 140 pounder. Or he's a small welterweight. Bronner is not a welterweight. Bronner is a 135 pounder, 140 pounder. Maidana is not a full-size welterweight. He's 135, 140 pound fighter. Maidana got beat by Devin Alexander, I do believe, at 140 pounds. You know what I mean? Bronner, those are not big guys. Errol Spence Jr. is a guy who starts at 147. Starts there. And might be able to his range might be up to middleweight. That's a big boy, man. So I don't see that, but I do respect what maybe Dwyer's got a great channel. I know he goes through it from the box through the betting standpoint. So I don't know. I did check out the beginning of his video. I need to check out more, but I got a lot of respect for dude. Very bright guy, very, very bright guy. Mike Biggs boxing. Terence Crawford versus Mikey Garcia would be a good fight. Yeah, I think it would be. It'd be fun to see Mike Biggs boxing. I would love to see it, man. Shout out in the super chat. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, I think it would be real good. I would love it. That's a fight I want to see. If Mikey Garcia is going to move to 147 and he's serious about moving to 147, cool. Drop the belt. Drop the belt. Number one, quick, fast, in a hurry. Drop that belt. Let these other guys that are going to be at 140 fight it out and see who can be the best at 147. I mean, at 140. And then let's go up here, go ahead and then move on. And if you want to fight Lucas Matisse, I'm cool. Fight Lucas Matisse. Go ahead and fight. Oh my goodness. Terence Crawford. I would love to see that fight. I would love to see Mikey Garcia, Terence Crawford. And I do think you're right. I think it'd be a good fight. A very good fight. I don't think Mikey Garcia is going to get out of it, but I think it'd be a very good fight. There's a lot of attitude about it. I would love to see it. That's a fight I'm actually hoping for. No joke. I'm hoping that fight can happen. I hear you guys going back and forth about Manny Pacquiao getting robbed, horn beating Pac. Man, Bruce, and saying that was a robbery. Hey, man, O'Bronner is an animal, a chipmunk. Don Banks. Yeah, dog. I mean, you can't compare Bronner to... Dude, Bronner is the dude that... Honestly, if people remember correctly, Adrian Bronner is the guy that really made Errol Spence, is the first guy to make Errol Spence famous. Do you guys remember that? He was training, I think that actually, man, Errol Spence Jr. might have been the first guy to really take that dude's confidence away from him. Because he got knocked out. That was that room. He got knocked out in sparring. I was like, dang, Adrian Bronner got knocked out in sparring? Like, who knocked out Adrian Bronner in sparring? Who stopped Adrian Bronner in sparring? He was in that ring talking to Errol Spence, talking, and Errol Spence beat him up. And that might have been the first time that dude really got his ego checked, man. Now that I think about it, I got to do my research and see what fight that Errol Spence was rumored to have knocked out Adrian Bronner in sparring. What fight that was before. But as you can see now, if you put Errol Spence in with Adrian Bronner, I would suspect that Adrian Bronner would knock him out. But that says a lot because Adrian Bronner ain't no soft touch. He ain't easy to get knocked out. So just like, you can look at it and say, what Mikey was able to do with Adrian Bronner, that's not the same thing as saying what Mike Garcia is going to be able to do with Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is a beast, man. That's a beast. He's a walk you down, hunt you down, try to ruin you style fighter, like Regis Porgray said. It's like, man, and Regis Porgray's like, look, it's not even that he's just big, because he's big. He's like, yeah, dude's a little bigger than me, because Regis Porgray fought him 2 times in the amateurs. And he said, look, man, that dude is the thing isn't that he's just big, for a welterweight, because he's bigger than me, he's bigger than Terence Crawford, he's bigger than Mikey Garcia. It's not just that, it's just how strong he is and how hard he hits. Mikey, that would be, man, dude, Mikey might have to just, and Mikey got hit a lot by Lipinets. Lipinets was finding him. And if Errol Spence hits him with the same shot Lipinets does, I mean, Mikey Garcia is not going to stand there and trade with Errol Spence. If he does, he's going to get knocked out. There's no doubt in my mind. If he stands there, he's going to get knocked out. He's going to have to fight on that back foot. And eventually, though, that dude's going to get walked down. I don't think Mikey Garcia is better than Kell Brook. I don't think that would be a more difficult fight. I don't think that Mikey Garcia is any more crafty. And I don't think he hits any harder than Kell Brook does. And I doubt that he really takes a punch any better than Kell Brook does. But eventually, that dude just got so ugly on him. Errol Spence is just, that dude, this gets hectic with him, dog. Oh, Curtis Henry said Spence gave Floyd problems too. Yeah, beat him up. That's the rumor. Beat him up. But that's sparring. But I'm saying, what he's doing to these other fighters now you can look at those sparring sessions and be like, okay. Now, if this was somebody like Paul Spadafora, like people said, and hey, congratulations to Paul Spadafora on, getting up off them charges. Congratulations, Paul. Any Paul Spadafora fans out there, hey, your boy got off today. Congratulations. He got off with like reduced charges, so it don't look like he's going back to the clink. And that's good because Paul Spadafora was a really great boxer. And it's a shame that his career didn't pan out for him, man. I was a big Paulie Spadafora fan. I wanted to see Paul Spadafora. I wanted to see Spadafora fight Floyd Mayweather. Dude is a really, really gifted fighter. That said, it ain't like Paul Spadafora versus Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Where you're like, okay, well, what did Paul Spadafora do? What did his career wind up being? This is Errol Spence Jr., who you now seeing are breaking people's eye sockets, breaking people's eye sockets, and having really tough dudes just beating down Lamont Peterson. But you know what it is. He got kicked out the gym. Who got kicked out the gym? Oh, Errol Spence got kicked out the gym. After that, Because dude was like, nah, dude, I'm about to whoop you, dog. And that also tells you the type of mentality that dude has. Bo one for now. What weight do you think Mikey walks around at? I suspect he walks around somewhere in the 150s. He looked like he walk around in the 150s. Dude got a huge head. That dude's got a huge head. He's a thick dude. But I mean, at 100, I can tell you what he looked like against at 140 pounds. At 140 pounds, he looked completely filled out. Like if he's any bigger than that, he's going to start looking like he's going to have a little something hanging over his waist. I don't think 147. I mean, he has the skills to compete with people in 147, but it's not going to be a situation where he has any type of size or strength advantage over guys. Even that fight with Sergey Lipinets, he looked like he was bigger than Sergey Lipinets. Now, I don't know, I got to look to see how old Sergey Lipinets is. If he's in his 30s, that would explain it, because then he's already, he's a full-grown man, and he's actually kind of on his way to picking up like bone density weight. Let me look. So Sergey Lipinets, if he is 30 years old, dude, this is just my hypothesis. But how old is he? Because he's 13-1. Oh, he's 28. So he's not that old. He's a super lightweight. Did he ever fight at a weight class below that? No, because he's only got 13 fights. So he came in at 140. He just doesn't seem to me 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. He just looked like he was a smaller guy. Like his body was just smaller. He doesn't look, Sergey Lipinets has no chance at 140 pounds. And so, Sal Gutierrez, Fanan, do you think a prime Ortiz beats Wilder? No, I don't. Because he's going to get hit and knocked out. I think Ortiz is as chin as prime as it's ever been. And I didn't get to see him when he was 26, 27 years old. I don't know. I just think that Oh, Mark Preston's, damn, I'm late on all the topics, but waiting to chime in. Hey, chime in, dog. Yeah, it's just he just doesn't look very big, man. He looks small. Brooke was really drained for Spence fight. Love to see it again at 147. That's Lacey Griffiths. No, you don't want to see that again, man. No, you don't. At 150, you don't want to see that at 154. Go look at Errol Spence Jr.'s picture at the weigh-in before he fought at 140. He fought. Errol Spence Jr. is bigger than Kell Brook. Errol Spence Jr. looked more drawn than Kell Brook did at 147 pounds. You definitely don't want to see Errol Spence at 154 with him, because then it's going to be real ugly. Errol Spence Jr. is not some small dude, man. He's not some small dude. And I don't think you want to see that at all. My thoughts on Errol Spence Jr. versus Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin's too big for Errol Spence Jr. He should probably be fighting at 147. He should probably be fighting at 168. Probably should have been fighting at 168. El Fenici, I don't underestimate Garcia, but Spence is that guy at 147. No, I'm giving Garcia full credit on it. Underworld Raps, Ortiz is not 56 years old, man. Can you not do the gross exaggerations? Come on, man. That's a fighting 156 pounder. That's a fighting this 50-year-old ever, then. That dude is not that old. He's probably could be 40, he could be 38, he could be 39, he could be 40. What it is, if he was that easy and he was that decrepit, shoot, let somebody else fight him. Nobody else could beat him. And coming off an 11-month layoff, who's coming off of an 11-month layoff? Oh, Figueroa versus Spence rematch? There's not a rematch. They fought in the amateurs, man. They fought in the amateurs. That's with headgear on. And Omar Figueroa is willing to stand in there and trade with people. So, hey, man, he might have been able to outpoint him because he was willing to stand in there and trade. right? And not moving away and not allowing him to jump at you. But you take that headgear up off you, and we'll see if how long he's standing there. You know what I mean? When you put a little, those gloves are a little smaller and that headgear is gone. And you don't even have a little bit of shirt to protect your ribs. I like Omar Figueroa though, man. Omar Figueroa is about to beat the brakes off Adrian Bronner. Wilder is Michael Grant 2.0. Okay, yeah. Really? Let's look at Michael Grant. See, I like that, man. See, I like how you stealing other people's material and call, because Anthony Joshua is well known as Frank Bruno 2.0. But let's see if Michael Grant. Let me see. Michael Grant, heavyweight, right? 48-7 with 36 KOs. He did go a long time. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What did he get to before Lennox Lewis beat the brakes off this dude? First of all, did he ever win a championship? No, he did not. The IB. Oh, he did. Yeah, he won. Michael Grant won the IBC title. He won the IBC title. Michael Grant. 31-0 when he fought Lennox Lewis. That's not 39-0. Let me see how many people went the distance with Michael Grant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people had went the distance with Michael Grant. Yeah, Michael Grant was 31-0, and 8 people went the distance with him. Yeah, that sounds like Deontay Wilder to me. Come on, dog. Yes, Jose Mondragon. Figueroa Bronner is off. He's been replaced with Jesse Vargas. See you, Fanon. You out, dog? Oh, I missed the Escobar Boxing. What's good, man? Shout out in the super chat. Porter looked dumb for ducking Spence now. He thought he had a bigger name. WBC gave Garcia the #1 spot. Now Porter got to wait. That's not actually the case, Escobar Boxing. Much respect. Because in the WBC, you don't have to be in the #1. Being the #1 ranked person doesn't mean that you are the mandatory. And unless the WBC said he is the WBC mandatory, right? I think he's the WBC mandatory. And yeah, so the WBC mandatory, I don't think he's the WBA mandatory. That's interesting because now that I think about this, was he it was Shawn Porter the WBA or the WBC mandatory? Let me look at this. No. He's the WBC Porter. He's the WBC mandatory, so it doesn't really matter because he's the #1 because he's still the mandatory. So unless they do something and they make Porter and Garcia fight one another in order to be in a title eliminator, similar to what they did with Regis Porgray, Julius Ndungo, who should have been Victor Postal, Jose Ramirez, and Emir Imam. Unless they do that, right, then even though he's the #2, even though Porter is the #2 ranked, he's still the mandatory. And then the second mandatory is Danny Garcia. Making him the #1, I'm not sure what making him the #1 ranked guy does, except for maybe if he wasn't #3, then that puts them in a position to order them to fight one another. That's what I would expect to happen. If Keith Thurman keeps playing around with his elbow and taking a long time to make the fight happen, the WBC might order Shawn Porter versus Danny Garcia. And honestly, that might be the best thing that could happen to either one of them. Yeah, but that's my take on it. Hey, man, shout out to the super chat, my man. Thank you, Escobar Boxing. I want to see Garcia Porter. I would take that too. I think that would be a good fight. I'd love to see that. Dana White offered Joshua $500 million. Man, he ain't offered it until it's on a piece of paper. Chris Ray Fanon, did you know and or their AJ is not talking with the New Zealand press? Oh, he's not talking with. I'm not sure. Oh, Escobar said WBC needs to strip Thurman. If he plays around, they all need to strip him. That'll get him up off his duff. If they say, hey, man, you got to announce you getting stripped, homie. And if he gets stripped, he's done. If Keith Thurman gets stripped, nobody will care about him. Even though he still would be, strictly speaking, the real champion. But it is. Fanon, did you hear? AJ is not talking with any New Zealand press. I haven't heard that. I haven't, I don't really see the New Zealand press. But I'll check into it, man, for sure. I've just been stuck on the stuff that he has said. I'm okay with him not saying stuff. It's what he did say that's the problem that I got. God, dog, what is this dude? Oh, my God, just in time. Crawford versus Brawner. Brawner, I think that would be a fight that Brawner might not even take. Y'all got to stop trying to wish bad things on Adrian Brawner. Like, y'all just want to see the dude completely humiliated, huh? You know what I'm saying? You just want to see the dude just get slapped on top of the head, like patted on top of the head and punched in the head. Crazy. Hey, what's good, Matthew Valentine? Always super positive on the channel, man. Fanon, shout out from Brick City, New Jersey. You've been on fire. Hey, man, I'm trying to work. I appreciate the compliment. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of good subjects in boxing. But thank you, sir. Oh, cool, man. Chris Ray says I agree. That's what's up. Danny Garcia versus Omar Figueroa in the works. Is it? Wow. Are you sure about that? I'm just kidding because I saw somebody say that. Wow, that would be a good fight. I pick Omar Figueroa. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I got to think about that one. That's a great fight. Now those type of fights, those work for me. Let me see. Corey Lee Boxing. I would love to see that fight. Yeah, that's another great fight. Oh, Ashley's Corner. What's going on? Ashley's Corner. Are you at work, Ashley's Corner? Tell me if you at work. Oh, you are, because you say it goes all the way till 11. You go from 2 to 11. Fanon, who wins AJ versus Ortiz? Ortiz. Luis Ortiz. If it's a decision, Luis Ortiz. If it's a knockout, I will take either one. But I think that Luis Ortiz is a better boxer than Anthony Joshua. And I don't know if Anthony Joshua got that one hit, just thank you type of deal that Deontay Wilder has. So as I see it right now, I think Ortiz beats Anthony Joshua. See, the funny thing is, man, I think that the two best boxers in the heavyweight division are guys who currently don't have belts. The two best boxers. That's Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury. I think that if Tyson Fury's in really good shape and he's back like is where he was in 2015, I honestly, man, I would put money, and I ain't a big gambler at all. I would put money on Tyson Fury beating Anthony Joshua. And on top of it, I think it's an easy fight. I think that is a fight that's like, man, God, what would that fight be like? Jeez, what is a fight where this dude he can't box, he just can't box with him? Maybe a Keith Thurman, like if Keith Thurman fought Adrian Brawner, just an easy fight, dude. That's an Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, I think is an easy fight for Tyson Fury. I think it might just be a straight shutout. Ortiz, because Ortiz counter punches and all that stuff, I mean, I still favor Ortiz in that. I think Ortiz is the more experienced boxer. I think he's the better boxer. That southpaw style, that his punching power, his ability to hurt you. I would take Ortiz. If it goes to the decision in the UK or Anthony Joshua hits him 3 times in a row, they'll stop the fight. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would be worried about with Ortiz. I think there's a little Canelo Alvarez factor in there for me as it goes, compares, like when I think about that in Carlos Takam, right? Carlos Takam, I don't think was going to win that fight, but they stopped that fight for no good reason when it looked like Anthony Joshua might have lost. So, you know, those are my thoughts on it. Joshua, Lacey Griffiths, Joshua, easy work for Fury. Oh, yeah, he is. I think he's easy work for him, dude. I don't even think that's a close fight, man. I think that's easy money. Fury versus AJ, Corey Lee boxing. Fury will pitch a shutout. Yeah, he'll just box his ears off. You know what it'll look like? I know what it'll look like. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua will look like Joseph Parker versus Huey Fury, but worse. But he'll actually get the decision. Angel Santos, scroll up my comment real quick. Yep. Easy to see the blue. Angel Santos, we be crooks. We be all about extra belts. We be only on the Aaron fighters. I'll be all about fake ratings. I ain't got nothing on the IBO integrity based on all the other sanctioning bodies. Angel Santos be rolling with the IBO, dog. Integrity based overall. Dog, you be rolling with the IBO, man. All right, man. We need to replace oh my God. Ortiz has no chin. What are you talking about? Ortiz has no chin. Hey, shout out in the super chat, Matthew Valentine and NBT Boxing. Man, I've been slow, man. Shout out in the super chat. I got to get back to this in a second. I'm gonna remind you just said Ortiz has no chin. You kidding me? And the new all day, dog. Oh man, shout out in this. Oh, miss NBT Boxing. Man, twice I missed it. Crawford has hornet problems. That's what's up. He does. Hey, rep him, dog. Rep him. Yeah. I got caught up now, man. Shout out in the super chat. Sorry, NBT, for missing that. NBT Bison says Crawford has hornet problems. He does got to get past them. See, we'll see if he gets stung by the hornet. Represent Australia, man. Represent them. Mikey Garcia will have hornets leftovers. Hey, if Mikey Garcia, but see, here's the thing: if the hornet beats him, NBT, then the hornet can fight him. Then the hornet can have Mikey Garcia because he's a free agent, dog. Unless he resigned with Top Rank, he is a free agent. He'll be with Duco, a secondary. I think he'll be with Duco Promotions. He had a 2-fight option. Unless he re-upped for some crazy reason, hey, he can get Mikey Garcia all by himself and don't even got to worry about it. He can do what he wants. He'll be damn near he can get it fight with any damn body if he wins that one. If Jeff Horn beats Terence Crawford, hey man, I want to see Jeff Horn, Shawn. I want to see Jeff Horn versus Errol Spence pronto, dog. I have a suspicion we ain't gonna have to worry about that. But if it happens, hey, I'm looking forward to it. So, dog, let me get back. Horn should bounce. Oh, Horn should bounce for now. No, yeah, I don't even think he has to bounce. I think he's just straight out. Oh, Lacey Griffin said Fury's number 1. He is. In my opinion, in the heavyweight division. Oh, Kelly Boy said, what if Fanon, Omar up, Garcia down? Yay. Hey, Omar. Hey, I'm a fan of Omar Figueroa all day, every day, dog. Made man says Fury with boxing accent off of Tyson. Oh, yeah, dog. I don't think that's a close fight. B&B Boxing, do you think, or what do I think about Errol dropping the IBF so he can get ranked by the WBC? I think, no, man, keep your belt. Just because you rank by the WBC don't mean these cats are going to fight you. Keep your belt, man. Keep the IBF belt. Wait for that sucker to come in there and get in the ring with you, and then take all the belts one at a time. Keep your money in your pocket, dog. A burn in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Burn in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Keep that belt right up on you, dog, and don't go nowhere. They're already going to have to come to him. They're already going to have to come to him. But on to that excuse that these cats are making. Anytime somebody loses, you can always retrospectively look at them and say what they don't have. Didn't nobody have any issues with King Kong Ortiz's stamina when he was beating everybody else up. They didn't have anything to say about his punching, about his chin, until Deontay Wilder checked it. Luis Ortiz went through 20, I think he went through 28 fights, undefeated, never been knocked out, and now all of a sudden he don't have a chin. All of a sudden he ain't got a chin. He's been beating people pillar to post for his entire professional career, and all of a sudden now he's got stamina problems. Don't, man, hindsight is, don't give me that hindsight, you know, that Monday morning quarterbacking on him. That dude could fight. Okay? That dude could fight. It's not like, if I had never heard anybody say Luis Ortiz had stamina problems before now. I never heard anybody say that Luis Ortiz had a soft chin until now. All of a sudden, Deontay Wilder beats him, and now he's just some really flawed guy. Of course, you know, that's what I used to, you know what's going to happen. He becomes a bum after the fact. He was somebody that Deontay Wilder would have been scared to fight, and he used that PEDs in his excuse not to fight him, right? That's what it was. Oh, Deontay Wilder doesn't really want to take any threats. He paid somebody. He paid the drug companies off, the testing companies, to make Ortiz test positive because he was too scared to make the fight. He didn't really want that fight. But now, Ortiz has stamina problems. Ortiz doesn't have a chin. None of these dudes have chins, obviously, because nobody has a chin. Although he ain't never been knocked out before. Ever. He got a chin problem, all right. Everybody got a chin with him. Hatman took me to school earlier, fam. Wilder equals Hatman. Hatman took me to school? What are you talking about? I honestly want to know what you're talking about. He made a video about me? I doubt very much that Hatman made a video about me. I went to his channel. I listened to the videos that he made. Thank you very much. And I would be shocked if he mentioned my name. But since you want to talk stuff, I will go to Hatman's channel because it's worth it. Because I'm a subscriber to Hatman Boxing. I watch Hatman Boxing. I think highly of Hatman Boxing. I commented on Hatman Boxing. Let's see if he took me to school. Because I would be shocked since I treated him very, very respectfully in a comment. Let's see if he responded to the comment that I made. I doubt that he did because he's a reasonable dude. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and test this theory, dog. Let's go test this theory. Because the video that you're talking about, I saw. He never mentioned my name. He never mentioned my name in the video. He wasn't talking about me. Actually, what he was talking about was guys that got on his page calling him all kind of names, talking about how he was making excuses about Deontay Wilder. And what he said was that it was ridiculous to think that the dude had he was scared, that Deontay Wilder, that Anthony Joshua was scared. But he did understand how people wouldn't have been receptive to the idea about the talk of freezing somebody out. So, you know, man, it's funny how people want to just, you know, start nonsense. Hatman Boxing, in my opinion, is one of the best channels on YouTube. I'm quite sure that this dude has better things on his mind and time than to make a video specifically about me. But I'm going to go to this comment that I left on his page, because if he was going to take me to school, he would have taken me to school on a comment that I made on his page. Because, you know, like I said, I'm a pretty loyal subscriber to Hatman Boxing. And I'm still yet to see it. I mean, this is good talk. I'm not going to focus too much on this type of stuff, but I'm not going to take bait and try to tear down Hatman Boxing. Hatman Boxing knows his boxing, dog. And Hatman Boxing had a great point that he made on his video earlier today. Great point on his video. And I said that I didn't agree with what his take of it. Let's see. I left him a comment. Let's see what I said with Hatman Boxing. Hatman Boxing didn't reply. Amazing, liar. This is my comment to Hatman Boxing. You are clearly attempting to be balanced in your assessment. However, things are not always balanced in the world. If Joshua refuses to look a fellow fighter in his eye, then it is reasonable to assume that there is a reason. Fear is the easiest conclusion to draw. It might be wrong, but it is an option on the table. I think it's arrogance. The freezing out comment has arrogance written all over it. I have never heard anyone actually say that. Also, Keith Thurman versus Spence situation is playing into this. Prima Donna is going out of style. Love the channel. Much respect. Is there a comment from Hatman Boxing after this? No. If Hatman Boxing had intended to talk to me, sir, he could have responded to the comment that I left on his page, which was completely and utterly respectful. So please don't try to start any drama, son. Hatman Boxing is a very balanced, he is a very intelligent, he is a very experienced dude who I think very, very highly of. So don't come here telling it from or one, the Hatman probably don't even know who I am. Hatman probably don't even know who I am. Probably never seen my channel before. He was talking about, and I watched it because I have fun with it, Mr. Big Boxing, because I just wanted to be known. Don't act crazy, dude. Hatman Boxing is a good channel. I don't have to agree with the fact that he said that the dude couldn't be afraid because he fought Vladimir Klitschko. Yes, he could have been afraid. He could have been afraid when he fought Vladimir Klitschko, but he overcame his fear. In this case, he could be afraid of Deontay Wilder, but he's not willing to face that fear. Deontay Wilder could be afraid of Anthony Joshua. What's unreasonable about a big 6'6" dude who can knock dudes out and take your head, turn your head into 360, being a little bit worried about that? That's just natural. But I wanted to say that because I knew at a certain point sometimes somebody would say that. But no, man, much love to Hatman Boxing. The dude's on his stuff, knows boxing. He knows boxing. And you know what else he said? He said that he didn't want to see that. That's a UK channel saying that Anthony Joshua was out of hand for talking about freezing out Deontay Wilder. Because he said that sounds like Guillermo Rigondeaux. What happened when Scott Quigg and Carl Frampton froze him out. So, no. Now sit down, and if you do that shit again, you're going to get blocked permanently, dude. You're on every live stream that I've seen. I hear you coming in and out. Don't do that, man. Don't be a true troll. That's my brother over there. That's how I feel about it. I ain't never met the dude. He loves boxing. He talks seriously about boxing. Rio Aman and fam, are there any interviews of Al Heyman online? I would love to hear his perspective on business, boxing, and finances. No, I've never heard one. Never heard one. Oh, one and done. It says Hatman is a boxing fan. He's a serious guy. He's been in boxing games since the 90s. Yeah, clearly he is. Clearly he is. And he's not one given to, hyperbole or just getting kind of dramatic. And I'll be more, I'll be more likely to talk a little ish from here and there. But that's just a personality difference. I got much respect for that dude. I listen to his videos to learn. Cubans are only good for amateurs. That's not true, because I know that Lara is still bopping up dudes, and Rigondeaux lost a dude 2 weight classes above him. So I wouldn't say that. But no, Al Heyman is you don't ever see him. Oh shit, Fanon, just somebody. What the David Hay is going on in here? Man, that dude is tripping, man. That dude comes around all the time. And it's hard for me. Sometimes people's names look familiar So it's hard for me to know who's like a troll I won't answer because they're just around and keep saying the same stuff. Oh, Casey Robinson said all channels on YouTube that put out boxing news and involve the fans get respect by me. Yeah, most of them do for me. There's a couple that I mean, seriously, I can't do. But you know, I actually heard a video by a couple of them. If they keep all that personal stuff out of it, I mean, it's nice to hear when it's just when they're not, you know, dogging other people. Fanon, what's happening with your channel partnering pertaining to law and non-boxing content? Man, I have my channel is my real job with that stuff. That shit one and done. This is like, man, I'm telling you, I just talked to my mom last night because I was so happy talking to my mom, talking about this channel and like how much fun I'm having. And she said, that's very unorthodox. Like my mom wants me to be, you know, my mom wants me to practice law. And I do, but I don't, I mean, I do it and I don't like it as much. This is real fun. So, I mean, talking about that, that's like, you got to be real detailed with that too. Like real detailed. And it's so niched. You know what I mean? It's really, really niche. I guess that's a better way to say it. It's really, really niche. Like, is it entertainment law? Is it, you know, I mean, I can make probably 5 or 6 videos on what I do and be done. There's nothing else to say. You know what I mean? Or just get really, really, really technical with it. And that wouldn't be fun at all. That's just, I mean, I do like, sometimes I do boxing news, sports news that replace as relates to the law or relates to business. I mean, a lot of times the stuff that I'm doing when I talk about business is related to what I do. That's why Bob Arum gets on my nerves, because I know what this dude is on. I mean, I've had deals like the video I made earlier today when I talked about, oh, what's good on Justin Valspino? Fanon, what's good on lunch break? Listen to the stream. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, who do you think would win, Wilder versus Fury? Richard Henson? If Tyson Fury is all the way together and he's back where like 2015 is, I would have to go with Tyson Fury. But you got that one hitter quitter, dog. Sharku Sims, was that what I wanted to do? I had no idea what I wanted to do. I never had an idea what I wanted to do. No, I never had an idea that I wanted to do something for a job. It was just never, I never wanted to do it. I mean, I don't want to say I wanted to do it. I'm glad I have the skill and I can earn a living. But, you know, some people really love it. I don't really love it. Like my brother's in business and he like, that's all he ever does. All he ever talks about. He's 24/7 with them. He wakes up excited about it. He goes to sleep. Can't wait to get up in the morning to do it again. You know, that's just, to me, I can, like, I'll work and I'll negotiate the deals. And it's like, if an email hits me, I'm like, okay, here we go. You know what I mean? I don't wake up like with this, you know, as like as a hobby, right? I wake up like, what do I want to talk about this morning? You know, what would be interesting to talk about? Like I can read all the news, but I'm like, what idea do I think is interesting to share? What do I want people to know? You know, what thought do I have that I want people to know? You know what I mean? And that makes me click. It's much more fun. So like if I could go back and do things again, I mean, I might just be like, you know, be a boxing manager, you know, like manage a boxer would be fun. That would be very fun. Because then I get to slap people for the boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be fun. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Fanon, are Olympic boxers a new generation of professional boxing? They're definitely professional. They're definitely professional because the ones in Europe are professional. Clearly, they're professional because they get paid. They've been getting paid. They get houses, they get cars, they get major stipends up to the equivalent of $100,000 a year. Vasyl Lomachenko has been a professional prize fighter probably for the last, if he's 30, I bet you that dude's been professional for the last 15 years. What happened to Nicholas Walters? Want to slap boxers? No, I don't want to slap boxers. I want to slap dudes for boxers. Like, hold on, man. Nah, like Al Heyman. Man, dude, I know Al Heyman was like, because he's got a Harvard MBA. I know he's up in the worst nightmare for dudes like, here's another one. Al Heyman is Bob Arum's worst nightmare. I'm telling you. he is Bob Arum's worst nightmare because he understands business and he understands how to make people money and how to go about locking down and securing a bunch of cats' money. Because that's what he is. He's a businessman. His idea is how do you capitalize? How do you maximize your earning potential? What Bob Arum is the reverse of that. Bob Arum is how do I maximize my earning potential by having you work for me? You know what I mean? It's like it's like a totally different thing. But Al Heyman knows how to go about that in a way. And he's probably fiscally more sophisticated than Bob Arum is. Bob Arum, as far as agreements and catching and tripping you up and laying down a set of rules, they're going to box you in and make you do what he wants you to do. He could be a mastermind at that. But making you wealthy, lawyers don't make you wealthy. Lawyers, that's not a lawyer's job. A lawyer teaches you to lay down a set of rules and regulations that make people do what you want them to do, or to prevent something from happening that you don't want to happen, right? So Bob Arum is going to be very good at making sure that you are not able to do certain things, or that you have to do certain things. And if one thing happens, then if that eventuality happens, what happens next? And how do I protect your interest, right? That's kind of what that's essentially what lawyers are doing. And that's why you see cats having these incredibly difficult times getting away from them. Because once you are dealing in a negotiation with him, as far as like the terms and conditions, not necessarily the financial aspect of it, but how do you get out of it? Definitely getting in it is easy. How do you get out of it? Right? And what kind of hooks does he have into you? Right? Anyway, one and done is Fanon. Your Tank Davis point of view on getting rid of the problem, etc., was really good. A lot of people really feeling that video. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. You know, credit to Neely Fuller Jr. That's hey man, Dana Jones said I'm a TV lawyer, kind of Matlock. That's what's up. Hey, I'm glad you guys are liking that video. That was my I napped on that video. But that's just because these young kids get on my nerves, man. I mean, sometimes, man, it's like you don't know you're a kid. You ever seen, like, you know, at my age, I'll see guys who are like 22, 23 years old, and they can grow a beard. You know, they can grow a beard. They can smoke weed. They can buy drinks at a party. And I'm like, look at it like, dude, I just look at him like, man, you know how long ago I was your age? How many times the sun how many times the sun has gone up and gone down since I was your age? And I listened to him talking, and they seem like children, not infants, you know, not teenagers, but still physically mature, but not all the way mature, not all the way into full-fledged manhood. You know, they can reproduce kids and all that. But it's like, if you talk about why you should do something, it's kind of like they talk about what they should do not because they have done it, but because, they think that is what should be done. But when you talk to somebody who's 60, a lot of times they're going to tell you what should be done because they didn't do it and they experienced what it was not to have done it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have friends that have passed away. I have a friend that's passed away 12 years, almost 13 years ago. And he was 10 years older when he died than a lot of these kids are that leave messages on my page. And I'm like, man, if you got to go around the block a few more times, man. And so when Tank Davis left a message, says the things that he does, it's like, yeah, man, you got a really nice car. You got a big bank account. You're well known. You got girls around you, but you're still 23 years old. And there's only so many hours in the day. Live till you're 43. Live till you're 53. Live till you're 63. When you see a young dude say, oh, you look like you're 50 years old, what are you doing on What are you doing on Twitter? You look like you're 50 years old. Dude, the guy that owns Twitter is older than 50 years old. The guy that makes the cars that you're driving is older than 50 years old. The people that built your house are older than 50 years old. The bank that you store your money in is owned by people older than 50 years old. And a whole lot of people don't make it to 50 years old. So that's just kind of what I was with that, man. It was like, I'm not trying to speak badly about the kid, but I'm like, look, man, you got to stop acting like a dumbass. If you making mistakes, man, and you're trying to solve things and make bigger problems for yourself. Oh, Julio, I backed up. Sorry, I missed something. Fanon, what up, brother? Kind of late, but glad you still going. What's good, Rec? How you feeling, my man? Julio Paleo says, love your show, True Boxing News. Maybe change channels. No more of your boy, man. Hey, man, you know, I'm a little older. It's a little different feel. I respect his work, no doubt. I respect his work. Dana Jones, hell, I got a son who's 21 in college. If he wasn't me, son, he wouldn't even talk to me. Oh, if he wasn't my son, he wouldn't even talk to me. Yeah, it's pretty much that's how that is. I got a 16-year-old daughter. It's like, okay, hard heads make soft behinds. You can learn there's a lot of different ways to learn, and you don't have to like the easiest one. The easiest way to learn is to shut up and listen. That's the easiest way to learn. Shut up and listen. And believe that a woman or a man or a woman that went through it is telling you the truth. And learn from their experience. If you got to make every decision yourself and never listen to anybody, you're just going to have a hard life, man. Or you're going to have to be really, really lucky or destined, I guess. Destined. It is what it is, though, man. All right, y'all. I'm about to roll up out this joint. I don't know how long I've been on here, man. It's been a lot of fun. Garcia, I'm good for 9. Thank you, bro. I'm 39. I turned 40 in May. I feel you, man, on what you're saying. It's all good, man. Rec. That's why, man, this is what this channel's for, man. I like channels full of dudes, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to feel I'm not trying to feel cats that are still, you know, if you throwing the party and people like Black Horse Promotions, Black Horseman Promotions, if you throwing the party and making that dough, that's what's up. But man, I ain't trying to talk to 18-year-olds, man. Let y'all live a little longer, man. Come back around, holler at me. The hard way is life. You got that right. Angel Santos, let me stop. Ryan should win easy. He's in there with yet another tomato can. Oh, yeah, you know he is. You know he about to get that money. You know, it's another fight. It's a fight to make him look good, get him some ring experience. He'll be in there next month fighting again. You know what I mean? Big Mike Boxing. Oh, it's a handshake, my man. Pound my shake, man. Shout out to you too, my dude. All right, man. So look, I appreciate everybody in the super chat. I appreciate all the regular subscribers and cats that hit the bell icon. They talk mature boxing. To the dude that wants to try to create some strife about Hatman Boxing, much respect to Hatman Boxing. Dude is on his stuff. One of my favorite channels. Listen to him, and I got the bell icon on, dude. So don't try that shit again, fella. That's what's up. All right, he said he wanted to see in a couple hours. Yeah, I might jump back on. You never know, though. Oh, fights on ESPN are starting now. That's what's up. So with that, yeah. Maybe after the fights, but probably not. I'm probably going to chill with the family. All right, y'all. Peace.